Okay, this is my last video in my video room because I have to because I have to retire my video room for a new office. I'm so depressed, but it's for a good cause. So I don't know how I pulled this off. It must be the whole pregnancy feeling bad for me thing. But I was able to convince the person who hates FX and Gore the most to let me show you guys some demonstrations on her. And we're gonna call this one Family Feud because she's gonna have like a slit throat and black eye, bloody nose. I'm gonna show you how to use.
And I'm gonna kill her afterwards.
Exactly. I'm gonna show you how to use some household products in order to make you some really cool FX stuff. So I'll show you the things that I have. I have synthetic wax. I have safety pins. I have a stipple sponge. I have a grease bruise wheel. I have Vaseline. This is just a spray water bottle. I have some baby powder in a sock. I have liquid latex, stage blood, some cotton balls, Alka-Seltzer to make it ooze. Yeah, I'm doing all that. And she's gonna be the best model. And some granola.
Oh, I don't like this.
It's okay. It's painless. So let's get started. Because I'm going to be doing multiple things on her, I'm going to start off with the thing that takes the longest. And what I'm going to do is start off and show you guys how to create a slit throat. I'm going to use, so basically what I'm going to do is take my liquid latex and I'm going to get it wet or dip my sponge in it. And I'm going to just lay a base coat of liquid latex right along her neck where I plan on putting her slit throat. This is just to get the area tacky. Now you do want to ask your model if they're allergic to latex first and foremost because you want to make sure that they don't break out while you're painting them. So I'm not going to ask her because she's my aunt and I'm in her will.
If I die.
No, I'm in her will, so I'm hoping to collect. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna, I know that she's not allergic to latex.
Okay, is this gonna come off really easy?
It's gonna come right off easy. God, she's such a complainer. So I got this skin pretty tacky. This is how you prep it. And then what I'm gonna do is take some regular cotton, just regular cotton balls, and I'm going to stretch them out. I'm just gonna thin it out because what I'm gonna try to do is create just a thin line to lay down for the kind of puffiness of her slit throat. So I want to really spread it out, get it thin. The thicker it is, the longer it takes to dry. So I'm going to take a regular piece like this, and then what I'm going to do is break it into pieces. And you do want it relatively thin, and I'm just going to kind of rub it together and then pull it apart again. Because this is going to be the 3D kind of puffed up part of her slit throat. So I'm just kind of separating it. And you can do this with wax. I prefer to do it with cotton because you kind of get such different shapes each time. It's usually easier to do it with the strings of cotton. Then you don't have to. So see what I did? I'm going to lay 2 rows down for her. I'm going to take the second piece, kind of roll it together, and then stretch it out again. And I'm going to lay the second piece right underneath it. So these are just going to create that that kind of puffiness area where her skin was broken. Okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect. She's doing so good. She's just going to love this, right? So I made kind of, and you want to keep it close enough together. So the next thing that you're going to do is just go ahead and cover it entirely with liquid latex. And you want to get a generous amount right on top. And you can either do that with a sponge or you can do it with a brush. I'm going to apply it generously right on top with a brush. And I'm going to cover, make sure that what you're doing is attaching or using your liquid latex to help it seal to the skin. And you want a generous amount. I prefer using a flesh colored liquid latex, and I like the Graftobian brand out of all of them because I just feel like it helps the appliance or the cotton stick better. But I'm all out of it because I did a little demo workshop the other night and I'm out of it. So I have to improvise, and this will do. It's just generic liquid latex. So what I'm trying to do, of course, is just make sure that I'm attaching it to the skin, and you can, once it's wet, you can kind of make it thinner, get them closer together, because you don't want them too thick. And again, I'm just, and this liquid latex dries clear. So because it needs to dry before I can start applying makeup, that's why I did it first, so I can move on to the face. Can you turn a little bit towards me? Thank you. Alright, so once I got that, I'm going to let it dry for, I don't know, I mean, you can take a hair dryer if you have time. If you're working at a haunted house and time is really important, go ahead, dry it off. But I'm going to start on the next thing while that's drying, because you do want it dry. We need to apply makeup to it. We need to apply powder to it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is show you guys how to do kind of like a bloody, busted nose with a scab on it. So I know it's so great, it is. So
what volunteer for this?
I don't know. It was free dinner. So I'm going to start off by using my bruise wheel, and I'm going to use my paintbrush and pick up a little bit of the maroon and a little bit of the black. And I'm going to coat the bottom of her nose with the darkest color. Okay? Now this is a grease makeup, so it requires no water. And it's really easy to blend with your fingers, which is why I like it. When I want it in more of kind of like a defined area, I always start with, I use my paintbrush. Okay, so I laid down the darkest color. The next thing I'm going to do is take a regular granola, okay? These are just little granola that I took from a yogurt. And then what I'm going to do is right underneath the tip of her nose, and again, you want to ask before you do this, because since the liquid latex smells, naturally they're going to smell it. So I'm going to put just a, shut up, I'm just going to put a little bit right under her nose, and then I'm going to take the little flakes of granola and I'm going to stick them on there without picking her nose or anything like that. I'm just going to take 2 or 3 flakes and kind of stick them on there, because this is going to help with that kind of scabbed effect. It kind of looks like boogers, I'm sure. So I'm putting just a few more right there, and maybe one at the tip. Again, I'm just kind of gluing them on there. Make sure your model is free of boogies before you start this, or else you're going to be cleaning off more than granola. So, alright. So basically I gotta let that one dry. Now I'm gonna move on to her eye, so that we can do the whole effect, because this really is the funniest video that I'm ever gonna do. For those of you that know this lady in the chair, she's my teacher and my mentor. She's taught me everything that I know, but she hates all of the FX and gore. Yes. So that's what makes it so funny.
Ha ha ha.
Okay, so I'm going to start off again with my bruise wheel, and I'm going to pick up the more red blood color and mix it with a little bit of this maroon. And I'm going to start in the corner of the eye, close your eye, and I'm just going to add a little bit there, because usually the black eye, where it bruised the most and the blood clots, it's its darkest. So I'm going to just create a little bit in the corners of her eyes right here. I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to use my finger to just kind of blend it out. Okay?